I'll just follow you, Ryan.
It's a good idea.
He's weak.
So there. I know she's weak. I mean, I know it's fast. Like, this is happening very quickly, but a well-placed rocket could kill her right here. Like I've mentioned in a couple other of my VODs, when people are low, they start acting very, very predictably. And the first thing they'll probably do is try to go to a place where they consider safe. That Symmetra would probably go to her left, which is your right, because that's where her team is. Even though there's cover right next to her, she probably is just going to go to the right. So you might as well just place a rocket slightly to the right on the ground by her feet, and you'll probably kill her. So yeah, she just naturally jumps backwards and starts moving towards where her team is. There again, for another split second. She's very low, and she's right in front of the car or the forklift, right? If you shoot a rocket where she is right now, and you miss, you're gonna hit the forklift, and the splash damage would still guarantee her to die. That's 2 times where you have your rockets. It's off cooldown, and you could have gotten a pick. You didn't need to heal at all. You were full health. You see what I mean about the thing that I just mentioned the Symmetra does? You just did it yourself. You get bursted, you're pretty low. But instead of going to the place of cover where most of your team is, especially your main tank, you take the long way back to where you were. I think it's just something that we do when we panic. We go back to our last known location. But it's something that can get you killed. If that soldier's aim was better, you couldn't gotten killed. If you just went through the right, that'd be less distance traveled and closer to a place of safety. And Mercy's beam has range. She could heal you from there. So yeah, you could have been punished hard if it was probably a higher elo. Again, you're relatively high health. You don't need to use the healing station. And there you didn't need to rocket. I mean, were you aiming for the shield or? Oh, you're aiming for the soldier. Your reaction time was just a little too slow. But yeah, especially when it comes to rockets, if you can initiate with them and then shoot someone using that knockback effect where they're in the air, so you get some free shots. Or if you're going to use it the second way, which it seems like you're doing, or it's to confirm kills, you have to be fast, right? You have to predict where they're going to go, preferably shoot the floor or like some object that's directly behind them, get the splash damage, and it needs to be quick. People, when they're low, they get desperate, they run away as fast as they can. Again, you're full health.
Alright, let's push.
During this entire fight too, two down. They're 2 down, so you know they're gonna start bunkering up or running away. So you probably could have just started pushing right. Yeah, going right side up top to meet them on top of where the mega is. Because then they're at a significant disadvantage, so they can't really punish you for flanking that much. You'd be able to contest that McCree a lot better. And you could have just ignored that Orisa shield, because you'd be right on top of it, right above them, right? So you can, once there's more people dead, you can take more aggressive positions because it's a lot less likely you're going to get punished for them. And they can turn out in your favor. Like that Orisa just fed trying to contest. But look how hard it is for your team to kill the McCree and the soldier. right? You can't even. He's one. He's one, and no one can finish him off. High ground's really strong in this game. So if any opportunity you can take, you can get to contest that, it's pretty good.
Alright, let's push.
See, he even got away just because of his use of high ground. You should probably go high ground here.
Come on, Winston. Bumble, can heal. Guys, watch out.
Well, you didn't really rock it for any reason there, did you?
Bumble, can heal. Guys, watch out.
Not really. It seems like you just threw it out to throw it out. Try to use your rocket to initiate a fight. Like, say it's a 1v1 or someone's on you. Just to get that good burst in to deter them from continuing. Or use it to finish off someone who's already weak. Who's about to turn a corner. Like I said, because the splash damage can hit him pretty reliably if you know what you're doing.
Come on, Winston.
Oh, that guy's feeding.
Winston down. I'm ulting. 3 on the right. Come on, Winston.
So you're even right now. You're up one. You're even again.
Down. I'm ulting.
This is actually a good ult. You guys are even. It's 2 CP, so the odds of you capping with 2 down is low. Because, I mean, the respawns for the enemy team are right there. So using an ult to try and turn the tides right here is actually a good idea.
3 on the right. Come on,
First, see
Anna.
if you can solo res me.
The res is actually pretty good. And you get 2 picks with the ult. So, I mean, you guys are like up 4 right now, right? That was actually really well played. And the tire just cleans it up.
Good job. Come on, Winston.
This is something I like seeing because even in my elo, people are reluctant to use ults when they really matter. Right here, you could probably just clean it off with this fight if you use everything, which you guys are doing, which is really well played.
Anna, right side. Tracer weak, Tracer down. McCree.
But something like this,
Tracer weak, Tracer.
he jumped, right? You know exactly where he's gonna go. He's gonna move in a right. He's gonna move slightly to the right and keep dropping down. So you can just hit him with a rocket right there on the floor. Easy 120 damage. He'd be bursting and dead. Like a rocket and melee, then he's probably just gonna get finished off by the rest of his team because then he'd have what, 50 health left.
Down. McCree.
Your rocket's off cooldown, so whenever it's off cooldown, just use it in opportunities like this that have a lot of reward for little risk, right? By not bursting him down like that, he could have killed you there if he was better. If you landed that headshot, you would have been dead, and it would have been a lot harder for your team to cap.
McCree. Thank you for the bubble.
That will help a lot, yeah.
Rodog. Bubble can hit you.
See, like right there, right? Very easy shot. She's right in your crosshair. Just rocket or burst her, and that's it.
I think that's it. Good job, guys.
So this spot, I use this spot when I don't have faith that my team's gonna hold very well on the choke. Because say I'll see our comp and be like, okay, we don't have a lot of pressure. Well, maybe we'll have only one main tank or no main tank at all. So I stay there so I can easily move my wig back to the high ground and see everything on point once the inevitable happens. Here you have a Rhine. I think you have you have a Diva. And your team's pretty far up, so it looks like they're gonna hold for the long haul. So you should probably consider moving to the other building, the top of the other building, right to your right, because then you can see more of the entire choke. Here you can see probably less than half of it. So
I have a Pharah. Can't see properly.
because of your position, that scatter just gave you some very vital information. They have a Hanzo, right? If you aren't in front of your tanks, Hanzo can just get lucky. If he's good, even if he's good or not, he can get a lucky headshot or a scatter in. So just keep that in mind. The common places a Hanzo would be right now would be in that top left window. So the last thing you probably want to do is to look at it, to turn that corner. You could stay there, actually. That's a decent spot from where you're at now to hit people and choke. Or if you want to be more aggressive, stay directly behind your Ryan shield to contest him. But you should not be... look at where the Mercy is right now, don't be there. Because you're too far for the Ryan to help you, and you're directly in the sight of the Hanzo, who just needs one lucky arrow or scatter to kill you. You rocketed for no reason again, I think. Yeah, there's no one there. And now you wasted your rocket and your clip. Yeah, you didn't really hit anything either. So now you have no rocket and no ammo, and there's a Pharaoh Mercy in your face. So this exact spot, what I'm talking about. From here, I guess he was discorded and pressured, so he couldn't really look at you. Like, if he could have just looked to his right and tried to hit you with a lucky arrow. You know what I mean?
Good job.
It's just respecting snipers in this game is, I think, something people should do more, because it just takes one hit for you to die.
You got Riptire already?
Oh yeah, new Junkrat, dude.
Wow, that was really quick. Watching for flanks.
Nice.
This was a really good idea on your part, watching for flanks, because you saw that. Well, I don't know if this is what you were thinking, but if a fight's not happening, it's been some time has passed, and there's only two things that the enemy team could be doing. Either some of them are flanking, or they're grouping up. This is gold elo, so I highly doubt they're grouping up. So there's definitely at least one person flanking, and you were right. Though something to improve your check is to just do a quick motion with your mouse, quick motion to the right, and then back to main. Quick motion to the right, back to main, right? Because all the information you need you can get in a second just by peeking that area, right? And if you keep doing it, you flip right and left to each side, you'll have more information faster. If you do like a slow draw and then you stay looking at nothing on the right side, maybe you're missing something on the left. Same on the left. If you're just staring at the left, maybe you're missing something on the right. Try to like quickly shift between the two. Then if you see something of value, then work on it. Then, I mean, go for it.
Terra in the back.
I don't know what this Ferris thinks. She has no mercy, and she doesn't have any sort of sustain.
I've got her for now. Just stay at the joke.
Yeah, so right here, she's not there right now. She's probably grabbing the mini that's in that building. So there's definitely something happening at choke right now. So you're providing no value because there's no one in your sights. So try to like just keep shooting choke, but like every second or so, quickly shift to the right to see where she is, then back to choke. So you can still provide as much value as you can while keep checking the flanks.
Yeah, I will discard her.
Fair half. She's backing off.
See, just like that, yeah. If you did that, doing that a lot faster, it could definitely improve your play. Yeah, exactly, just like that, just quicker.
Fair. Good. Nice.
Oh, sorry, Ryan.
Nah, that was my bad. I mean,
Oh, sorry, Ryan.
He's in the air, you know where he's going to land. You have an ability off cooldown that does a large amount of burst that you can get for free right now, right? With projectiles, they're typically harder to land because you have to predict where people are going to be. But when someone's in the air or jumping, it's free. Just shoot the floor where he's going to be. Easy 120 damage.
nah, that was my bad. I made a mistake.
He would have died a lot faster, and you wouldn't have to have the rocket at the end there. I mean, what if he turned around to the right and started shooting you, right? It would just be a lot more guaranteed. This is a scary spot.
Watch for the scatter.
Exactly. So your Ryan's farther back now and he has his shield out, so you can go behind him and you can probably still see the Hanzo's head, which will yield more damage anyway. Because right here, there's no... He can still scatter you from here. And yeah, checking for flanks faster will allow you to see him aiming for you a lot quicker. That shot could have hit you, right? He only missed because he was bad. What if he was better? Right? Yeah, try to be a lot faster. Good effort, though. Most people don't even check for flanks, so...
Far right disco.
That one could have been a headshot, right?
You're going in?
Try to think of it that way. Anytime you get hit by a sniper shot is an opportunity where you could have died. The snipers in this game are very scary. Their time to kill is almost nothing, right? It takes half a second to headshot you.
I want some.
So it should be respected.
Well,
You rocketed for no reason. I guess just get used to the small window of time that Mercy has when she reses people. Because I think you rocketed
I want some help.
during his res animation. Yeah. Here,
The ball.
at this point, she just res the main tank. Fair's in the air coming. Hanzo's ulting. A fight's about to break out, right? So, probably the best thing you could do right now is start making just run over to high ground. You have enough time to dodge the wolves and to go up there.
I want some help. All things.
Yeah, and being on high ground there would have saved you from Hanzo because he can't really see you from there if you were on the top. If you were up on the... Yeah, up on high ground behind. He wouldn't have really been able to see you. You could have shot Winston, Mercy, Farah for free. Especially if you ulted, it would have worked out a lot better.
If you help us res, I have ult.
Especially on 2CP in this map, because the first point, once one or two people die, it's typically a loss. Just spawn points is so far away. You have taken no damage. This is generally a good spot for Soldier to be. It's high ground and he sees almost everything. But keep in mind their comp. It's a Farah Mercy, so that means she can rocket you for free from that far away. And she doesn't have to aim a lot, because that bridge you're on isn't very large. So she can just shoot the middle and probably hit you anyway. And they also have a Hanzo. With projectile heroes, they can just lob these things at you and hope to kill you.
Far right.
They're also not that far up yet, so you're not doing a lot of damage.
Left side.
She's one bar. They're gonna push off that, I think.
If they're smart, they would. You saw that last one, right? That last arrow? That's a normal arrow. That was a sight arrow. You see that there's like small spirals around it? That means he knows exactly where you are right now. And from this spot, you are now in an enclosed room and you haven't seen him use scatter yet. That's pretty scary. Oh, there you go.
Make sure you guys die on point.
Heroes never die.
That's a good rocket.
All day.
So you're 2 down. Now you're up one. Baby Diva, it's Baby Diva now, so you're effectively down another one.
All day?
Yeah, I'd say that was a good ult. Yeah, Zinyan just died.
Hanzo.
Yeah, I mean, your team was at a significant disadvantage,
Weak, Hanzo weak.
and your ult pretty much. I mean, you killed Mercy, who probably had res. So yeah, that was a good ult. But yeah, you see what I mean, right? Hanzo was in your face. It just takes one arrow to kill him. Of course, in this situation, there's not much you could do. You had to contest. But I mean, yeah, he's just a scary character in general.
You can probably fire strike him.
Yeah, you probably could.
Got him?
Whew.
Come on, Winston.
This Winston's just feeding at this point.
Winston half. Right side. Did he jump away?
So the fight just ended, right? And we know Winston's just essentially a straggler because most of his team just died and their spawn point's pretty far away. So you lose nothing by just chasing him, right? He's half health, he used his jump, he used his bubble. He can't hurt you, really. You can just gun him down.
Winston half. Right side.
It seems like you wanted to chase him, but you just changed your mind. Yeah, you look like you seem to be unsure. If you committed faster, maybe you could have gotten him.
Did he jump away?
Notice in this spot, they're lob and spam. It's Pharah's, rockets, Junkrat's, grenades. But now you're behind your Ryan shield, so you're taking like no damage, and you're able to free fire with Mercy boost to build up your ult. It just works out a lot better. I know they say try to use high ground whenever you can, but don't use it if it can actually screw you over, right? Sometimes you have to play Ryan shield, sometimes you go to high ground. It depends on the situation. With a heavy projectile spam comp like this, I suggest try staying behind the shield.
Left side.
That arrow almost hit you. That could have killed you.
Left side.
So try to stay behind the shield. Like, you're moving to the right now to get a bearing angle to shoot, I get it, but I mean, you're trading. If you die right now, it's a lot worse than if they die, right? Because they're trying to cap the point. One death on someone on defense is a lot bigger, even though your spawn is closer. So I mean, try to prioritize your life more than getting frags on this. You're just trying to pressure them to get them to move away, because they're gonna push in regardless. But it's not like you can really kill someone in this position. Yeah, Mercy's right there. There's a lot of squishies. You're probably not going to kill anyone there. You're just trying to pressure them off. And that scatter was, you saw your life flash before your eyes, my dude.
Farah has ult.
You checked for flanks right there. You don't really need to, since you see in front of you Junkrat, Pharah, Hanzo, Mercy, Winston. Who's going to be flanking you right now? Now your Ryan's nowhere to be seen. You have to contest, but I mean, honestly, I probably would have just started rotating high ground here, because I have to contest, but I'm gonna buy like a second, because I am now in front of a soldier who's ulting a Hanzo and like a Pharah. I'm gonna die in a second anyway. I might as well rotate to high ground, hope one of my tanks get on point, and then I can shoot from a better spot. Luckily, you got some Matrix, but it's not gonna be enough.
Oh my god, I didn't get that.
You do have res though. That's a fatty.
Nice chatter. Charge.
Nice res.
You're full health. You don't need to do that. I guess it doesn't matter, since like they're not gonna make it back in time.
I don't think I can go for high ground right now. Their Hanzo keeps sniping
Exactly.
I'm just gonna let the Pharah deal damage. Just gives Mercy ult.
Watch for grab.
We're going up top.
They have a Zarya the whole game? See, like that's a good entry, like a rocket to start an engagement that you're about to have, or to deter them from looking. And see, you were behind Rancha for like a moment. That could have killed it. That's all it takes with these snipers. It's ridiculous. You're right next to Mercy, and you have your ult already, and she doesn't have res yet, so you should probably just let her heal you.
He definitely has grabbed. She's positioning like it. Winston, left side, left side.
So remember I said before, if you don't see someone for a while, that means they're either regrouping or flanking. We didn't see Soldier for that entire fight, so what is he probably doing? And we didn't see Farah for a while either, so what is she probably doing?
They're weak.
Oh, let's break it.
Touch point, touch point.
This is good. You feel like you have to contest, but you fell back because you know you're just going to die really fast anyway. And if you're far back and your tanks are on point, you can at least still shoot. A lot of people just feel like they need, once I have to contest, I have to touch. It depends on your role, really. If everyone's dead, and yeah, you don't have a choice. But I mean, here you shoot for free, and you manage to provide more value that way. If you stayed on point, you probably would have just been deleted. This way, you at least got a kill on the Pharah.
Res. I got scattered. Hanzo in the back. He's on point.
Monkey 2.
If we can just push this in overtime.
You're full health.
See one? Dead. Hanzo dead.
Hanzo there. I'm on Farah. Farah, one bar.
See one? Dead.
So there you were ignoring the Pharah that was shooting your entire team to go for the Hanzo that's ulting. You're probably not going to kill him in time, right? His animation had already started. And you didn't even use rocket to capitalize on the fact that he can't move. You should probably go for the targets that are most likely going to kill your team. That Pharah was right above your team. She could have just blasted everyone, so try to go for her first. And you'd be fine from the Hanzo because he's ulting, right? So there's a bit of time where he's not able to do anything.
Hanzo dead.
Hanzo there. I'm on Farah.
Yeah, he could have... That Pharah could have killed your Junkrat if they were better.
Farah, one bar. Farah down.
Nice.
If Lucio's feeding.
Is there a Lucio here?
You got booped, so yes.
Lucio's up top somewhere. Diva, can you go check that out maybe?
Now it's too late. You guys waited too long, so now you're getting displaced by that Lucio. He's actually doing a good job of pulling you out of the fight. If the enemy team comes in time. Oh, you're just resetting high ground. Yeah, you remembered about the projectiles, good stuff.
Winston.
Again, we didn't see Soldier for a while. What is he probably gonna do? You went for Mercy first, good idea.
Okay, that's Mercy. Mercy Farah down. You've got this. I'm on Hanzo. Hanzo down.
Nice rocket.
Nice res. I'm on Hanzo.
He jumped, so you know exactly where he's gonna be.
Hanzo down. With Lucio. Winston. Good job.
Okay, that's the game. But yeah, it seems like just use your healing station when you need it. You use it a lot when you were full HP. Try to use your rockets more when they're guaranteed. If someone jumps, I mean, you can just shoot the floor, and that's 120 easy, right? And use high ground when it's beneficial. When there's projectile spam, don't do it. You seem to figure out towards the middle of the game, which is great. And that seems to be the main things I could glean from the video. Your ultras are actually surprisingly decent, and you seem to understand high ground. You just need to use it a bit more, and you also need to respect snipers. Snipers are terribly scary in this game. They don't even have to be good to get a lucky shot off you. But yeah, I hope that helped.